Pladio Ray.
I'm having a little fun on this one. That's right, yeah.
Riding in these cars, I'm a star on the boulevard.
I think you like it, baby. I think you like it, baby.
That I'm the man and your main man can't comprehend.
That's right.
Riding in these cars, I'm a star on the boulevard.
I'm a star, baby.
Come on.
You know who you dealing with. Let's go, Eli. Crunch time.
That I'm the man and your main man can't comprehend.
You're listening to the Pladio Ray Show on 1099 Crunch Time Radio. We didn't make this shiznit for Pladio Ray.
Hello, welcome to the Pladio Ray Show, brought to you by Crunch Time ENT. Check us out at crunchtimemedia.net for all your audio, video, and media needs. I am your host, Mr. Ill, with no special guest today. This is our inaugural run, and I will be putting this show out for you once a week from here on out.
Pladio Ray.
Today on the Pladio Ray Show, I like to start with a segment called Through My Eyes. And Through My Eyes is just a general view of the things I've seen throughout the week, the conversations I've heard, or the things I've witnessed throughout my daily life that I want to present to you and maybe can help some people get through some things and maybe enlighten others as to the situations that are going on around us. This is the first month of the year. We've made it. It's been another year. We're doing great out here so far. Welcome to 2017. Welcome to a new year. Also, welcome to a new show. I'm glad you could join me. I decided to step in and take care of this radio show because it's been something I've always wanted to do. So I decided to do my inaugural run by myself as a way of introducing myself and the show to you and the world. So like I said before, let's get started with the segment I call Through My Eyes. Recently, it's come to my attention that this might be a very touchy subject for few, so please bear with me. There is a sickness out there that is affecting quite a few Americans, quite a few earthlings in general. And that's relationships and abuse you receive in relationships and your willingness to forgive and pretend to forget because you'd never forget. So I don't understand how it continues to happen. I heard some stuff recently and seen some photo evidence of an incident that I refuse to put out there on blast, but the disregard for human life and the disregard for love and caring in that certain moment has always eaten away at me, and I thought I should talk about it, or at least get it off my chest. I definitely know there's some people out there that are experiencing this, and there are some people out there that don't have anywhere to turn and no one to talk to. My suggestion is simple. You need to leave it. Get out, run, go, hop, skip, take a train, catch a flight, go live by yourself, take the car, live in the trees, in the bushes, whatever you gotta do, because you only get this one life. YOLO, you only live once. And there's no point in living in a situation of fear or a situation in which you feel threatened every single time you come home, every single time you leave the house, or just in general as you wake up. Now I know in situations of love, and I am a victim of it, that when you're hurt or hurt by somebody, it's easy to forgive and want to go backwards and want to take a step towards it because of the loneliness you feel, because of the emptiness you feel without that person, and that is completely understandable. But you gotta recognize that that is also damaging to yourself and to the people around you that actually care about you. You should honestly take that moment and think about it and wonder what's more important. how that person feels about you or how you feel about yourself. Now, I don't want to get too deep into the subject because that will require the entire podcast for me to sit here and try to express myself on something that is so troubling to all the Americans and all the humans that I've encountered. So, in order to not drag on a subject that is extremely touching and extremely personal and extremely hard for a lot of people, we're going to move forward from this. And with my last statement, just generally say, take time for yourself, to love yourself enough to save yourself. Because it's not going to stop with you hoping that it will. It's going to stop when you make it stop.
Pladio Ray.
I'm your host, Mr. L. Welcome to the Pladio Ray Show. We're going to close off that segment through my eyes. I just had to get that off my chest because it's been sitting on my chest for a while now. But again, Happy New Year. It's been a long run. You know, we've made it this far. I think I should give you a little bit about myself. I am originally from New York. I grew up here in Georgia. I got some brothers, two of them. You might know them if you follow our movement at crunchtimemedia.net. We have Danny Digital on the cameras and Eli, Ep.1 Don on the cameras and the studios and the mixtapes. We got it all coming. There's a lot of media out there. There's a lot of content. And I know the internet is flooded with it. But if you're looking for quality and actual good craftsmanship of some quality work, you should come find us. The website has been mentioned once, and I'll mention it again, crunchtimemedia.net. That's on all your social media sites, all your social media networks. We have episodes of a webisode we call Big Bowls that is also produced through our crunchtimemedia.net. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Instagram, Twitter. It's pretty much everywhere. And along with the Pladio Ray Show, which is also brought to you on crunchtimemedia.net, also on YouTube, also on Twitter. So when you find that time, there you go. Follow us, and we'll follow you. And make sure you keep the movement with us, and we'll keep the movement with you. Generally, I will have a guest host, which I don't have with me today, because today I'm just, like I said, introducing myself and introducing the movement and introducing Pladio Ray. Pladio Ray Show has been something I've been in the works for quite some time now. It involves, music, which was my first passion, because I myself was making music and doing beats and production and things like that, set up my own studio, and, I realized that the game is not the same as it was when I first decided to get in, and the type of artistry and production that people are looking for these days are far from what I would consider music at this point. So I decided to use another talent that was given to me, which is my voice. And I have to thank a lot of people for that, those whose names I can't remember, and a lot of people who are just faces in my head, but I've been spoken to since the 7th grade about my voice and how I speak, that I should be on the radio. So I'm taking that opportunity now to present myself to the world via radio.
You're listening to the Pladio Ray Show on 1099 Crunch Time.
Let me explain a little bit about this show I got going on here. The show is called the Pladio Ray Show, which is just radio play backwards on a play of words that was presented to me by an artist named Finale that is considered a brother to me and a family member who I've known for quite some time. Also Ep.1 Don's friend, and we've continued to do music and share music between us for quite some time now. So the idea came about through a track that he made, and I've spoken with him, and we decided to go forward, and now we have the Pladio Ray Show. And on my show, like I said, I intend to have guest hosts, and we can also have user interactions. I will deal in a lot of local and global news, tell you about what's going on in the world, and tell you about what's going on in your local area, since I am stationed here in Atlanta, generally out of Decatur and Stone Mountain, Lithonia, the east side, Zone 6, you will understand that most of my local news will probably be coming from Georgia or probably from Atlanta. I will be delving into world news and more national news for the people or the listeners that I may gather that are not in Georgia or not in this state whatsoever. Also, it's gonna be a fun show. I don't want it to seem like I'm just gonna be some guy on here having these conversations with you. You're gonna sit there and listen, give me a couple minutes of your time, and I try to bore you to death. I'm not gonna be that guy. That's not gonna be how this works. Once I start getting the show going properly and you get to understand the flow of it, it's gonna come about a little better for you. It's gonna be a lot of jokes, a lot of comedy. I try to stray away from the extreme, heavy, serious talk because I wanna uplift people. I want you to have something joyful that you can listen to. My segments are gonna be games and fun things to do. Like, I'm gonna do a true or false news segment, which is basically I tell you a story about the news. One of them is gonna be true, one of them is gonna be false, and it's gonna be up to you to figure out which is which. I will give you the answer at the end, but generally that's a game for when my guest host is here. I'm gonna have other games, the Pladio Ray game, which is just a game where we'll play certain tracks or certain parts of certain music that was put out, and you decide whether that actual song or track did actually make the airwaves. Was it a single, or was it an album cut? There are a few other segments that I'm working on, but we're gonna keep it real simple. I'm also working on another segment called Name That Sample, where I play you a track that has a sample from an older track, and we'll see if you know where that sample came from. So like I said, this is going to be a really, really fun show. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I do want everybody to comment, and feel free to leave a comment or an idea or an inspiration. If you're a music lover or a music follower or even a music maker, please let me know what you got going on. I am going to be featuring music and instrumentals and all that on the radio show as we get going. And mind you that though I talk seriously and I might have a demeanor for saying things off the air that I won't say on the air, it's mostly because I'm trying to keep this show very friendly for children and the elderly, and for those who keep their swearing and commenting to themselves. I do those things off the mic, and I will possibly slip on an exciting topic, so you do have to forgive me, and we'll, through the grace of editing, we will get those out of there. But as for now, I would like to welcome you all to the Pladio Ray Show. I will be your host every single Thursday, and we will try to keep this show very flavorful, very entertaining for you and yours at all times. And I really hope you get a chance to enjoy it, and follow me at the Pladio Ray Show on YouTube and the Pladio Ray Show on Twitter. The Pladio Ray Show on Facebook is coming very soon. I will have Pladio Ray Show everything on every social media site available to me, and I will definitely be looking out for comments and suggestions, and looking out for artists and people who want to be on the show. All that stuff is available to you. Please just let me know. Like I said, I'm your host, Mr. Ill, and welcome.
Pladio Ray.
Today we're going to feature a track from our very own CEO of Crunch Time ENT, Ep.1 Don. This track here is featured on his latest mixtape, Collard Greens and Kush. Feel This Way, featuring Scar and PDT.
You're listening to the Pladio Ray Show on 109.9 Crunch Time Radio. We didn't make this shiznit for Pladio Ray.
Could
The following is brought to you by Face Music.
I love feeling this way. I'm on my way. Ain't nobody telling me different. Some say that ain't the same. Well, things done changed. I finally got my vision and I'm winning. I love feeling this way. I'm on my way. Ain't nobody telling me different. Some say that ain't the same. Well, things done changed. I finally got my vision and I'm winning.
Yeah. I don't think they feeling them. Should be doing life from the way that I've been killing them. Yeah, my introduction to the good life. Good cars, good crib, bad kids, bad wife. Yeah, and she been down since my broker days. Call her Lady G, cause she always keep a poker face. Yeah, I'm still the same way that I was brought up. You can't change to play a game in the fourth quarter. You can't sit me on the bench, I was a born starter. Half man, half amazing, call him Vince Carter. I could explain, but why bother? You dying for today, but I'm living to see tomorrow. Yeah, call me E, futuristic. Ask me how I'm doing and my response is terrific. I'm doing downtown skyrise, getting lifted. Feel like every day my birthday, I'm so gifted.
I love feeling this way. I'm on my way. Ain't nobody telling me different. Some say that ain't the same. Well, things done changed. I finally got my vision and I'm winning. I love feeling this way. I'm on my way. Ain't nobody telling me different. Some say that ain't the same. Well, things done changed. I finally got my vision and I'm winning.
Now hustle spells victory. I take my girls to Tiffany's. Mom said that I'd be great, she had that epiphany. Got models trying to get with me, pop bottles religiously. Willing to die for mine, so I would turn your brains to fricassee. Drive cars by German folks, love to blow purple smoke. Depending how you think, that determines if you rich or broke. Me, I'm getting stanky paid, I'm making stanky bread. All this money in my pocket got me doing a stanky leg. If we put this money together, they cannot handle us. The ones who hate, cause to me they just some amateurs. Damn the group of girls, cause I know that they scandalous. I'm going out there patroning in my zone on that cannabis. Yes, I'm on my way like Little Red Riding Hood to grandma's house. And I came a long, long way from sleeping on my grandma's couch. From Bankhead to Bucharest, I am what you heard about. Knew that I would take the world, but first I had to take the south.
I love feeling this way. I'm on my way. Ain't nobody telling me different. Some say that ain't the same. Well, things done changed. I finally got my vision and I'm winning. I love feeling this way. I'm on my way. Ain't nobody telling me different. Some say that ain't the same. Well, things done changed. I finally got my vision and I'm winning. Yeah. And I'm winning. And I'm winning.
Collard greens and kush.
We didn't make this shiznit for Pladio Ray.